Good morning, gamers. It is me, Jork the Pork, and today I'm going to show you guys how to play DS and GBA games on your iPhone using this app right here, Delta, without a computer, without a jailbreak, and without revoke, because we are going to be playing these games straight from the App Store. So let's get right into it. All right, so if you didn't know, recently there was a new law that basically forced Apple to allow sideloading in the EU, and then there was another law passed that forced Apple to allow emulators on the App Store. So because of this, emulators such as Delta, which longtime fans know as a way to play DS and GBA games that you already own and have ROM dumped on your iPhone. And previously, it was really annoying to download these because you had to, use some sort of alternative app store. But now we can do it straight from the App Store. So if you look up Delta, it's usually the first thing that comes up. So we're just going to install it from the App Store. Now, installing Delta is pretty easy, and there's no issues. It's, using Delta that people have more trouble with. So for starters, I want to preface this by saying that this is an emulator, which is completely legal. However, you should be only using emulators to play games that you own and that you have converted into ROMs. You should not be using emulators to illegally play ROMs, and I cannot condone the use of Delta Emulator to illegally play ROM. With that being said, once you have legally ROM dumped your own game that you own legally, you can go to import, that +, files, and then you can add the game that you have legally dumped. Now, if you're doing a GBA game, it's pretty easy. You just click it, and then you're going to be able to play it. If you're doing DS games, it's a little more complicated, because you're going to see when I try and click this Pokemon Black version that I own and have legally dumped, it says missing required DS files. Now, there's 3 files that you need, so if you click import files, you can see it's these 3 files right here, this BIOS 7, BIOS 9, and firmware.bin. I have all 3 of these files, so I'm just going to link them in the description of this video, but you just want to go through one at a time and click BIOS 7 and put in the BIOS 7 thing, BIOS 9, BIOS 9, and firmware.bin, and find firmware.bin. So after this, if you click done, you'll see this DS thing will pop up, and then you're going to be able to play your games and etc. that you have obviously legally dumped. Don't download any ROMs illegally. And then you can play just fine. I mean, Delta, it's a great app. You can fast forward, wherever the fast forward button is. I guess you gotta wait for it to load. You can use cheat codes, like action replay cheat codes. You can save states, so you just go here, you hit save state, you add a save state, and if at any point you want to return to it, you just hit load state and you go back to that state. So this is used in place of saving in traditional Pokemon games. It's a lot easier to use save states. And then we should be able to, I don't know where the fast forward button is, but normally you can fast forward. So yeah, that's basically how to use. Now, something I want to point out that was a lot more prevalent when you had to use a third-party app store that could revoke to install Delta. But if you want to save your overall Delta progress, so say I don't know, your phone bugs or something, you can't access it, you have to reset your phone and Delta's deleted, but you don't want to lose your progress on your games, you can actually basically iCloud save all of your data using this Delta service sync thing. So if you turn it on and you sign in with Google Drive, and you just hit continue, and you sign in with one of your accounts, and you just hit continue, and you allow Delta. Trust me, Delta is a very trusted source. It's #1 app on the App Store right now. So after you do that, you can see every time you open up Delta, it's basically going to sync all your stuff. It might take a minute sometimes if you have a lot of games, but after it does this syncing process, all of your data will be saved. Now, I don't actually have any data, so I don't know if I'll get some sort of error or something, but it does save all your data. So we will just wait for that syncing to finish, and then we will get on. Okay, so I just tapped it a couple times and it finished. I don't know. It's a little janky sometimes, but it works. So something else I want to mention is that you can mess with the skins. It's not as bad for GBA games because, those kind of have the smaller controllers. But for the DS games, it's kind of weird to have this really small screen and this big button menu. So something you can do is go into here, and you can mess with the skins. Now, I think it probably doesn't come pre-installed with any skins, but actually, it might. No, it doesn't look like it. But you can add skins, and it's pretty easy to find skins. This site right here, which I'll link in the description, has skins for every single console you could want. So, for example, if you want something like this, which will make the screen bigger, you're just going to go to it, you're going to download it, and once it finishes downloading, you're just going to want to make sure that it's in the thing. So then you can hit add. You can add your skin. And then you can see there's this new option, and once it loads, we can click on it, and you can select it for portrait mode and landscape mode. So I guess we got to add it as well. I don't know if there might not be a landscape mode for this specific one we downloaded. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. But then if we go back in and we hit resume, and it actually lets me into the game, you can see that we're using the new skin. And you can see now it's a much bigger screen. So that's pretty much all. Again, Delta is a very, very, very easy app to use. The only caveat is that you must legally use your own ROMs. I cannot stress this enough. 100% do not go on any sort of site that isn't YouTube and try and find illegal ways to download ROMs, because that's illegal and you cannot do that. But that's pretty much all. If you guys have any questions about Delta or specific types of games, such as like, I don't know, GBA or DS, be sure to comment it down below. And we could potentially be seeing Dolphin come to App Store soon. This would allow Wii and GameCube ROMs, which would be really awesome. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to see more like this, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.